This is Sam Kirby, host of Cinema Stories. Thanks for listening to the following broadcast on Public House Media.
Oh, the sweet, sweet tones of Luther Vandross. That could only mean one thing. March Madness is back. Hi, everyone. I'm John Lauder.
And I'm Christian Heimel. We host the Cheap Seat Sports Podcast on Mondays. We're excited to invite you all to the first ever Public House Media Bracket Challenge.
Now is your chance to prove that you know more about college basketball than we do.
And then hear Johnny and I complain about it each week.
Oh, that's for sure. All you have to do is check out our Facebook page, the Cheap Seat Sports Podcast, find the link, and enter.
Only one entry per person, though. Prizes will go to the top listeners, especially the ones who beat out Public House Media hosts like John and myself.
And don't forget, to be eligible to win, you must like both the Cheap Seat Sports Podcast and the Public House Media Facebook pages.
That's simple, guys. 2 clicks. Like the pages, join the group, and good luck in the inaugural Public House Media Bracket Challenge.
Good morning. Sometimes we get so caught up in what we want more of in life that we oftentimes forget to reflect on what we need less of. Have you ever thought of it that way? Good morning, my name is Kim Meyer. Welcome to Public House Media. I am so glad that you are with me. My apologies for being a little late here on the live broadcast. We had an extra long workout this morning and it was really good. It just put me a little behind. So, oftentimes I want more of something. You want more travel, more success, more income, more passion, more joy, more confidence, more of a great workout, more food, whatever you want more of. There's oftentimes a balance of sometimes we need to think about what we need less of in our life. And today I want to talk to you about 6 things that we need to let go of in order to make room for all the things that we want more of, right? We don't always realize that is truly to grow and to receive new things that we want. We need to maybe let go of some of the things that we have already had in our past and they're no longer serving us. Think about when you walk around a room and you start just picking up things, if you're mom, you totally get this, you're just walking around the living room, picking up all these toys, picking up, and pretty soon your arms are so full that you can't pick up anything else. And you're like, but I need to get that one and I need to get that one. And you just need to know that you can be walking along in life and you can kind of doing the same thing where you're picking up all of these things ooh, I want to do this, and ooh, I want to do that, and ooh, this sounds like fun, and ooh, this would be great. And pretty soon your schedule is looking like that mom full of toys in the living room. You're just so full and you can't find another way to be able to do the same thing. And a lot of times your mindset is the same way. There's oftentimes we create certain mindsets that are cluttering up our head, cluttering up our mind, and holding us back from living in our full potential. So when you let go, you create space for better things to enter your life. When you are able to put some things down and you have room to pick up other things. When you let go of the past and the thoughts that are bringing you down, you create space for the acceptance, the learning, and the growing of all the other things that you want and need to get to. So when less is more, we're talking about getting rid of the things that are no longer serving us and picking up the things that are going to help us propel us forward in our future. As much of a self-development junkie as I am, I live and breathe PD these days. I've listened to podcasts, I read great books, I get into journaling, I do all kinds of things like that. I still struggle sometimes with conquering thoughts that are holding me back. I won't always have the right answer, I won't always have the right decision or reaction, but simply trying to just be better, I'm already taking the steps to make my life better and those around me as well. So I want to encourage you today, I wanted to give you just 5 mindsets that we really need to let go of to make room for growth and better things to come in our life. So if you are ready, let's get rocking and rolling. Things that we can need to let go of in order to grow. The first thing is fear of getting out of your comfort zone. Who else loves their cozy little comfort zone? Right? I'm right there with you. There are things that I'm all about blasting out of the comfort zone, but there are other areas where I'm like, stop, wait, I'm not quite ready for that yet. As humans, we crave our comfort zone. In fact, our brains are designed to keep us in this little bubble of comfort. It's where we can relax without stress. It's where there's unexpected circumstances. It's where we're comfortable. It's where life is great, right? Well, there's nothing wrong with being in your comfort zone until it starts holding you back from challenging yourself and trying new things that make you a little uncomfortable. We tend to run from things that will help us grow without even realizing it. Caroline Myss says, always go with the choice that scares you the most, because that's the one thing that's going to help you grow. Crazy. When you think a little seed is planted in the world, do you think it's dark and scary in there? And then they start to grow and they start to see some light and they get excited, but yet it's kind of scary at the same time. And then pretty soon, boop, they're this beautiful little flower. As much as I love my comfort zone, I realized a long time ago that it was really the thing that was holding me back. It was the one thing that was keeping me into this same version of myself that was not changing with the times. And with that, I decided to change my intentions. I needed to feel the fear and do it anyway. I needed to face the anxiety. I needed to make a new decision. I needed to think about what my 90-year-old self would do. I needed to think about, on my deathbed, what was it that I would be proud of in my days? When I was at the end of my life, what would I be proud of? A lot of times people get out of their comfort zone and then fear paralyzes them and they wish that they would have never taken a risk. But I can tell you that by getting out of your comfort zone and taking at least one risk a day, you can bring hundreds of new opportunities to yourself and to others around you, and just learn and grow and be better. You never know what, there could be something bad out there, but there could be so many amazing things out there that you're missing out on because you're just stuck in your comfort zone and not really living life. The second mindset that I want you to get rid of in order to grow, set this one down so you can pick up a better one, is resentments from the past. And this is one that I struggle with personally. I have some things that have happened in my life that I'm not exactly thrilled with, and I know others do as well. But as I continue to grow through this and as I continue to improve myself, there are sticking points. There are things that are just harder to work through than others, and I'm continuing to work on this one. I'm working really hard on putting this one down. Growing up, as I held my resentments in, I kept my negative feelings in. I found it easier just to shut them away, not to confront people about it, just bury them deep inside and not think about it, kind of run from the problem, right? What I've learned though is that holding on to the past grudges only hurts me, not them. Dwelling in the past doesn't allow me to move forward. It makes space for bigger and better feelings. And Nelson Mandela has this beautiful quote, and it says, "Resentments are like swallowing poison and expecting the other people to die," right? I have some resentments to a few family members in my life, and knowing, just because you forgive them doesn't necessarily mean that you need to forget it. But definitely getting past it and moving past the resentment frees you, because what you're really doing is letting that resentment hold over you, and you're exposing yourself to negative feelings over and over and over again. And what you focus on, you create more of, right? So by getting rid of the resentment, the best thing you can do is move on to forgive people for hurting you, not for them, but for you. The grudge that you carry is only affecting yourself, not necessarily them. They don't know that you're struggling with it in your head. They don't know that you have so much anger in your heart. They don't know that you are, staying up at night thinking about it. Don't give them the power over you. If you resent this person now, it's only going to create more resentment. So learn to let go and give yourself that closure. I have worked very hard to kind of forgive and not necessarily forget, but forgive and move on. And when I have to go back into those positions and engage in conversation with these people, or engage in just in proximity, it does heighten my anxiety a bit. But I need to remember that the past is the past, and we're moving forward in the future. And I have an amazing husband who pushes me into these kinds of things, that helps me deal with some of this stuff and talks me through it. Just going to this place yesterday, I felt my anxiety rising and my frustration I was getting shorter with my kids, like snapping on him a little. And he was like, "Dude, you need to just relax. This is what's good for you, and this is why we're doing it." And it was good. And I'm not necessarily glad that we went, but I'm glad that for my kids' sake that we went, because it's not their fault. So moving past the resentment and moving forward in the future, put away the resentment, put away the anger in your heart, put away the things that are beside you. The past is the past. Don't let it shape your future. Don't let it bring you down going forward. That's something that I'm going to be taking on more fully as well as we keep moving forward. So I hope that speaks to you as well. The third mindset that you need to get rid of is negativity that consumes you. This kind of goes along with number 2 a little bit. As humans, we can't completely avoid negative feelings or negative emotions, but we do have control over those thoughts, what we tune into, and how much we let them affect us. Like you said yesterday, I let them consume me most of the afternoon. However, step one is getting control of those negative thoughts. It's to practice positive self-talk. I wrote a whole lot, I write and talk about a whole lot about how to do these kinds of things all the time, about positive self-talk, affirmations, becoming aware of your thoughts, like giving yourself that 30,000 foot view of like looking into yourself. Really, we're moving in a way of having the attitude of gratitude. Criticism turns to praise and self-doubt turns to confidence. So make sure that you're using positive self-talk as a huge thing in your life to really outbalance the things that are negative in your world. Positive self-talk is a huge player in how happiness happens, how confident people move forward, and how motivated you feel towards life. So if you can be selective in how you tune into things, for example, you can constantly watching or listening to horror stories or fear-based news, and then you intentionally reflect on how those emotions are a part of your reality. But what you can really do is choose to surround yourself with positivity so you can move through and conquer the negative thoughts when they arrive. I don't watch the news. I don't pick up the trashy magazines. I don't try to focus on anything that is outside of my positive world, because when I start bringing in not that I'm trying to be ignorant to what's happening in the world, but when we constantly listen to and fill our hearts and minds with negative propaganda, it brings all of us down. And I find myself fearing some things that may or may not ever happen when I do that. So I just choose to avoid. Try to fill myself with things that are going to lift me up and positive thinking and how can I move forward and let go of the things from the past. The fourth mindset that you need to start working on is feeling guilt or shame. As much as I need to forgive others for their wrongdoings, we also need to forgive ourselves. Carrying regret around hurts your self-esteem and your confidence and every relationship that you're a part of. We all have things that we regret, things we don't like about talking about, things that we make us want to turn back, things that we'd love to do over, things that we're not proud of. But we all have to remember that we are so much more than our imperfections. We all need to remember that we were born into this world as sinners, and we are all granted this beautiful piece of moving forward in a heavenly place because someone else died for our sins. We don't need to feel that guilt and that shame. We don't need to, continue to hurt ourselves because somebody else has paid that price for us. It's part of our past. We can't change it. There's nothing we can do about things that are about that except stop the action if you're continuing to do it and continue to move forward in a way that is going to be a happier and better version of yourself. The truth is that we all mess up. There's no sense of beating ourselves up for the past. Taking the steps necessary to forgive yourself, turning inwards and understanding why you feel guilty, and then making a change about those things, that's how you move forward. Write it all out. Talk about it. Gain a new perspective. Talk to a trusted friend. Accept it what it is for it is, and find that compassion for yourself. And if it involves another person, make amends to that person. Go apologize. Start seeing the relationship with yourself as the most important relationship in your entire life. Because guess what? You're the only one that you're ever going to be entirely connected to your whole life. Isn't that crazy? You are the only story. You're the only one who talks to yourself constantly in your head, and the only conversation that you're ever going to have that you can never break up with. It takes all that kinds of experience and all kinds of lessons to move forward in life. But if you are really wanting to move forward, if you're really ready to make some change, then you need to get rid of the shame and the guilt. And that is something that is super hard to do sometimes, but it's so worth it. And the fifth mindset that you need to let go of, the fifth thing that you need to put down so you can pick up something better, is thinking making time for yourself is selfish. There is nothing wrong with making time for you and prioritizing you in order to do better. So being busy is unavoidable sometimes, especially as a mom with kids that are active and spouses and community things. But you shouldn't wear busy as a badge of honor. When you think about you're too busy to rest, you tend to neglect yourself and often feel even more stressed out and overwhelmed over time. Whether it's not getting enough sleep, it's declining social invitations, or working 12 or longer hour days, being too busy all the time is a sign that your life is out of balance. And when you are out of balance, things just start to get wonky. Think about a washing machine and how it just runs and runs and runs and runs and runs. But when it starts to get off balance, or it starts to bang a rep, it starts to not function properly, it starts to just be all kinds of chaos. Are you wanting to be the washing machine that's wash, rinse, repeat, or are you wanting to be the one that's just like banging all over the place? And while that banging all over the place is usually a sign of like, I need help, right? I'm out of balance. So think about how you can add more balance to your life. I have a couple resources that I'm working on right now that are going to help moms, especially moms, busy moms, get started right with good self-care. And so I'm really working on these right now, and I would love for some impact or for some advice and for what it is that you're looking for. But I really want to talk to you about why self-care is not selfish. In fact, it's absolutely necessary that you take care of yourself first. There's a quote that says, "An empty lantern provides no light. Self-care is the fuel that allows your light to shine brightly." I mean, even they talk about this on the plane even. Like, what does the stewardess always say? When the oxygen masks fall, put yours on first and then help the people around you. If you are out of oxygen, you can't help other people. If you're out of light, you can't help other people. If you're out of energy, you can't help the other people in your world. So if you want to be the best mom to your kids, if you want to be the best wife to your husband, if you want to be the best coworker at work, you need to be able to fill your own heart. You need to be able to shine your own light brightly and be the best you that you can be. Make time for you is not only rest, but other things that light you up. Life isn't always about work to pay the bills. It should be enjoyed. We are here on this earth to live life and create a life that excites us by doing things that we love doing instead of constantly grasping at the air in the midst of how busy we are doing in life. So I hope that this morning that you are able to take away one of these 5 things, that you are able to move forward in a way that helps you put down things of the past and move towards a way of you picking up new positive things and carrying along positive ways until they get to be weighing you down. And then you can pick up something else new, because you're always changing, you're always evolving, and life can just be so much better when you do things like that. Letting go of mindsets that don't help you grow is a journey. It's definitely something that's going to take time. It's something that's going to be impacted by every choice that you make, but you have to make those choices daily. Every time you make a choice, you're going to get a little bit stronger. You make 1,000 decisions in a day, thousands of decisions in a day. But when you can start focusing those decisions and the choices that you make on positive things that are going to help you grow, maybe push yourself a little bit out of your comfort zone, that's when you start to create space for bigger and better things. And with all the amazing things that life has in store for you. So now it's completely up to you. What mindsets are you going to let go of to help you grow today? What are the things that you're going to do this week that are going to help you be a better version of yourself? I would love to know. If you drop them in the comments below, or shoot me an email at choosetoriseup@gmail.com, or head to choosetorise.com and check out what I do on a daily basis. I would love for you to go there to connect with me. I'd love to hear more from my listeners and my followers. I know you're all out there, and I really appreciate you. I feel so blessed and honored to be a part of Public House Media and all the other amazing shows that are here. And I so much love and appreciate your support by hitting the download and sharing and liking and sharing this with other people that need to hear it as well. Let's spread the voice of positivity. Let's help women rise up out of their current situation and live their best life yet by letting go, especially of some of these mindsets that are holding us back. I hope you have a fantastic Monday. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your week. And let me know what it is that you are letting go of this today, of this week, whenever you listen to this. And shoot me an email at choosetorise@gmail.com, or send a message to Public House Media, and I would be so happy to chit chat with you there. I will be back here on Public House Media on Wednesday, but you can catch me tomorrow on my own page, Choose to Rise, which is tagged in the video above, and head to my page, hit their like and subscribe there as well. so you never miss a content. And join my Healthy Living group, where we just focus on happiness, we focus on movement, we focus on healthy eating, and just living our best life possible there as well. So I hope you have a great day, and I hope to see you here again on Wednesday here on Public House Media, and tomorrow on my page. Talk to you all later, everyone. Bye.